con todos y todas.
Ok, buenos días a todos.
So good morning, everyone,
Bienvenidos. Vamos
and be
a
welcome.
un minutito
So let's wait just a minute,
y empezamos.
and then we just start off, set off.
Mientras que esperamos,
Meanwhile,
bueno, mi nombre es Rocío Sanz.
my name is Rocío Sanz,
Acompañándoos
and I
junto
will
con
accompany you all together with Pier Andrea Pirani
Foundation,
on behalf of D Group Foundation.
facilitadores.
So we will be the facilitators. Pierre will be back office, but he will be listening to everyone. He understands Spanish, but he cannot speak it that much. But I gather as he's Italian, he can speak a little bit of it. All the same, he can understand what is said in Spanish. So be welcome, you all. Good morning, everyone.
El chat. Sí. Bueno. Podemos empezar, si queréis, con un pequeño...
So we can start.
Con las reglas básicas. Justo voy a poner un poco...
I'm going to
las reglas bases por las que
share with you the standards.
conforme vais entrando,
And once you get in, please turn off your microphone. So, unless you want to participate. If it is possible, those of you who have the camera and the bandwidth allows it to be on, please do so and keep it on so we can get to know each other and see each other's faces. And if it is possible, if you can limit distractions, so in this time we share, we can benefit from it to the fullest. So just keep the cell phone aside and be here present, fully present, and be actively participating. So you can raise your hand, you can write it into the chat and ask for the floor, and so on. So please, I would like you to be actively participating, so to benefit from it to the fullest. In the Zoom, there is an interpretation available. I will be speaking Spanish. If there is anyone who doesn't speak,
en la parte de abajo del menú de Zoom,
at the bottom of the screen,
el botón de interpretación,
you can access the interpretation button. And then you can click there and choose whether you want to hear the English or the Spanish. So what is said in English, it will be delivered into Spanish and vice versa. Now, what else? We are going to have a poll, a small poll here. Which has already been launched by Pierre. And it is to know how we're feeling this moment. What is the energy we have today? Are we good? Maybe excellent. You feel excellent, energized, to willing to learn, willing to listen to other people as well. Pretty okay. That's another possibility, but I like the one 40% says they feel excellent and 25% of participants are fully energized. So let's wait another minute. Any other question here, please? Let me remind you.
Keep your microphone mute. Si podéis tener el micrófono apagado.
Please keep your microphones muted. So we have already had 122, 23 already voting. Let's see how we feel. Most say they're feeling excellent. So I love the team. So let's share the results. Oh, I'm sorry, but there is a problem with my presentation. So this moment, half saying they are excellent, willing to learn, to share. So welcome you all. It's a pleasure to have you all here. And as the agenda is quite tight, I will stop sharing. And I'm going to give the floor to Tommaso. To have a brief intro to the session.
Sí, gracias.
Thank you. Can I share? You're already sharing it.
Okay, perfecto.
Perfect.
Entonces,
Welcome, everyone, to the launching event of the Digital Agri Hub for Latin America and the Caribbean. My name is Tommaso Ceccarelli. I work for the Digital Agri Hub as a support coordinator for the capacity development for this project. My English is slightly better than my Spanish, so I will continue in English. Thank you very much for the interpretation.
Bien. This event is organized by the Digital Agri Hub, as we said, Agriterra and its partners and funders in the context of the project AGRIdigitalización. And the Digital Agri Hub is a project funded by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, the UK Aid, and USAID. The objective of this event is to explore together.
Sorry, Tommaso. Sorry for interruption. Pier Andrea here. We're seeing the banner, just the banner of the event, not the presentation. I'm not sure if you're going through the slides.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay,
Maybe
I'll
better that
try
you
to
stop.
share it again.
Yeah, stop sharing, and then maybe it's better just to share the entire screen and you select the program. Echo. Yes.
Is it working now?
Yes.
Gracias.
Yeah.
So, as I was saying, the objective of today is to explore together the state and potential of digitalization for agriculture in Latin America and in the Caribbean, with a special attention to small-scale producers and their organizations. What is the Digital Agri Hub? It is a platform to track digital solutions especially, or actually mostly, on low and middle income countries. And this information is often scattered. They're all often fragmented, scattered. And the goal is indeed to put it together and make it accessible for everybody. It is also matchmaking platforms making possible networks and meetings of solution providers between solution providers and investors, for instance, or also Farmers Association, as we said. And it is also meant to provide insights and metrics, so indicators, to evaluate the impact of these solutions, promoting climate resilience and inclusion. So today's program, we will start with setting the scene with some presentation on the context. We will have a question and answers then. And then we will move to short pitches from the service providers. They will tell us more about their solutions in breakout. We will have a short demonstration with a video on the Digital Agri Hub dashboard. And then we will hear again from you, your feedback. Close the session and also give you some ideas on next steps. So I would like to introduce you to this first session, setting the scene. And I would like to introduce you to the speakers. Frick Braxma, Omar Guerra, y Gonzalo Manrique. So I think over to you, Rocio, and for the next session.
Thank you, Tommaso. Can you stop sharing, please? Frick, ¿muestro tu presentación?
Frick, do you want me to share your presentation? Yes, please.
Sorry, just un momento, perdón.
Just one moment, sorry.
I have it yet, Rocio, I can share.
Yes, please, I can.
No problem. Over to you, Frank.
Muchas gracias, Pierre, Rocío.
Thank you very much, Pierre, Rocio. Thank you, Tommaso. Also, welcome everyone. My name is Frick Braxma. I'm the business consultant in Agriterra in the project of digitalization. It's a pleasure to be with all of you today. The AGRIdigitalization is a project we implemented in Peru, Guatemala, Bolivia, Honduras, and Haiti in collaboration with our partners, Agros International, Funder, ICA, and FIDA, whose representatives are present here today to celebrate and explore this launch of the Digital Agri Hub in Latin America and the Caribbean. Since 2021, we have worked on this project, promoting the use of technological tools, digital financial services, and e-commerce platforms with organizations of producers and rural workers, with the objective of overcoming the obstacles of market access and financing that were implemented and that were affected by the COVID pandemic. AGRIdigitalización offers great possibilities which are globally recognized. And as their presence demonstrates today, we have received registrations from over 70 countries. And in this transition to digitalization, the young people have a key role in this transition towards digitalization. So during this session, we hope you will get valuable information on some of these opportunities. Before showing you a video, so as a summary from our project, I want to thank our partners from Digital Agri Hub for this collaboration opportunity of joining forces to our partners in the project, also if our financer, FIDA, and all the speakers that are with us today in this launch. We have worked with a lot of enthusiasm since last year, and we're still working together in a mission to improve the opportunities and the conditions for small producers through digitalization. Finally, I want to thank all of you for your presence today. I hope the session is useful and inspiring for all of you and for your organizations. Thank you very much.
Digitalización. El proyecto busca aprovechar las herramientas, experiencia, conocimientos y modelos de servicios financieros, comercio electrónico y tecnología existentes para las poblaciones rurales en situación de pobreza, generando inclusión social, financiera y técnica, permitiendo que enfrenten y se recuperen de la emergencia ocasionada por la COVID-19. Un eje central del proyecto es impulsar la asistencia técnica virtual y seguridad alimentaria relacionada a la COVID-19.
El diagnóstico RDA fue interesante, digamos, es básicamente un diagnóstico por diferentes áreas funcionales de las organizaciones para saber dónde tenían debilidades, dónde tenían puntos fuertes.
Con eso se ha podido ver cómo afrontar, digamos, o qué estrategias hacer.
Las necesidades también son diferentes para cada cooperativa.
Por ejemplo, en el diagnóstico aparecía la necesidad de restaurar un poco lo que es nuestro logotipo, presentarlo de forma más comercial, más atractivo para los consumidores.
El tema, digamos, de evolucionar a otra alternativa de forma de hacer negocio también les permite ponerlos en una mejor posición.
Para dar un paso adelante uno tiene que renunciar al lugar donde estaba, ¿no?
Asimismo, otro pilar fundamental del proyecto es promover el comercio electrónico, marketing digital y servicios financieros digitales.
Que este es el futuro. Ya estamos en el futuro. Tenemos que utilizar los canales digitales que hay, los canales de tecnología que hay, y hay que acomodarnos.
Entonces, teniendo esta premisa, tenemos claro que si mi empresa no nace digital o no se adapta al formato digital, simplemente va a quedar relegado del mercado, ¿no?
Los invito a que se sumen al proceso de digitalización, no dejen pasar la oportunidad.
Asegúrense de aprovechar todo el contenido educativo que producimos para ustedes y aprovechen los espacios que les dejamos para comunicarse con nosotros.
Las organizaciones y pymes resaltan la importancia y necesidad del comercio electrónico. Por esa razón, expresan su felicidad por haber sido capacitadas en comercio electrónico.
A nosotros nos ayuda bastante para poder hacer el marketing de nuestros productos.
Bueno, todos los temas abordados han sido de bastante impacto para nosotros.
Y una de las experiencias muy bonitas que tuvimos fue justamente en el taller de fotografía, pues donde tuvimos que salir a diferentes áreas de acá del lugar.
Para las organizaciones de productores y cajas y bancos rurales, promover la digitalización es esencial para proyectarse hacia el futuro.
Entonces yo invoco a las organizaciones estar pendiente del desarrollo de las tecnologías para poder nosotros también subirnos.
Está siendo un poco difícil quizás para algunos, pero estos son elementos importantes que nos pueden ayudar a salir adelante.
Las mujeres beneficiarias afirman que se han empoderado gracias a las actividades del proyecto porque las han incluido en todos los procesos y además se han convertido en líderes para sus familias, comunidades y organizaciones.
Yo cuando inicié en la caja como socia, yo tenía niños chiquitos, pero eso no se me dificultaba para ir a capacitaciones.
La mujer es una mujer aguerrida porque está netamente dedicada a su familia, pero también contribuye en el rol de poder trabajar en el campo.
Ayudarlas para la economía familiar, no solo para ahorrar, sino que también para mantener a su familia.
Los jóvenes, tanto hombres como mujeres, están impulsando la renovación generacional, aprendiendo de la experiencia de sus antecesores y guiando a los nuevos miembros de las organizaciones.
Lo que ha significado para nosotros es entrar en este nuevo mundo de la digitalización.
El proyecto alcanza a más de 10.820 beneficiarios, de los cuales el 40% son mujeres y el 30% jóvenes. AGRIdigitalización, comercio electrónico y soluciones digitales para organizaciones de productores y cajas rurales.
Thank you. Thank you, Pierre and Freak. Do you want to present the following speaker? Yes, thanks, Rocio. I think we will now listen to Omar Guerra. He's an expert in e-commerce, and he's helped us in this project as well. So, Omar, go ahead. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for your invitation for this presentation. I will share my screen now. Can you see it? Perfect. I will now start because we don't have a lot of time. In the presentation, we'll see some statistics and some information on how companies really are in the region and which are the trends, and to see how we tackle this new stage that we are living. We knew that the company's digitalization topic had a lot of strengths behind it, but COVID-19 made it even more so. Actually, COVID-19 made companies that were not digitalized to enter the digitalization process. It was just like that. Those who didn't adapt were left out of the market. So we'll see some important points today. One of the important points is that today we are a profile. Whether you are a person or a company, we have digital profiles: Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest. What do we measure, or what is measured in these days when they enter the digital environment? We have a digital thumbprint. So what's this? This is the remains of information that we leave online. So imagine you look me up, and they don't find a website, they don't find a picture, no social media. You don't have this information remains. So this digital thumbprint is translated into trust and sales. But if they don't find me in the digital environment, it's easy. They just look for someone else. But what happens if I, as a person or as an organization, I have a website, I have social media, I have pictures I've shared from the events, I have products that I published online, This information trail that I'm leaving on a digital format is translated into trust, into confidence, and into sales. So it's really important that the companies are born digital. And if they are not born that way, they should transform into a digital form as soon as possible. On an international level, we know, and when we talk about e-commerce nowadays, most think that having a website is a synonym of selling. Having a website is not a synonym of sales. It's the first step when we start working. Of course, when we talk about e-commerce and digitalization, we're talking about systemic work. What does this mean? Systemic work means to have a presence, to have a website, to have social media, a marketplace, and to have a systemic work on all the platform level that allow me to have a digital presence and and you can track the activities I do on a digital level. Having a website is not a synonym of sales, and having a static the website won't lead anywhere. We should know this from the beginning. The organizations or companies that enter the digital companies need systemic work on a digital level.
La mejor página del mundo.
So I can have the best website worldwide, and the best website I have paid $15,000 for the website. But if my product doesn't get on time to the final consumer, the user experience is wasted. Reliability is wasted and lost, and the sales experience is lost for a B2B sales experience or B2C, so wholesale or retail or final consumer. So globally, what we are working nowadays is on e-commerce, and we are working on cross-border e-commerce or transboundary e-commerce. So mature markets such as the United States, Europe, or Asia need the positioning of my products in the destination markets and then trade them. So what we evaluate in e-commerce is the last mile. So this last mile is paramount to get to the final consumer. If we don't work in this last mile format, we won't be able to get to international markets, and likewise to an internal or domestic market. So it happens quite often in many regions in Latin America, in the provinces or the organizations that are not in the capital city. They feel like trading is like exporting. So we have to work on this last mile format. So the regional companies can send and position their products in the capital city or wherever they want to trade them, and to work in this last mile format. The sanitary emergency has caused an acceleration in e-commerce. Sorry, could you please? Yes, turn it off. Turn the camera off because his speech is choppy. So we may be smoother listening. It's much better now. So as I was saying, the sanitary emergency has caused an acceleration in e-commerce consumption at regional level. During the lockdown, the first week, it grew more than 100% in e-commerce, and the fourth week in the lockdown, we reached 300% in e-commerce consumption. So as I said before, at the regional level, the e-commerce, this lockdown has led or has caused that maybe here in Latin America, we wanted what we projected for 10 years, well, it's been much speedy. So companies which were adapted to this format were able to go to the international market or were able to grow in e-commerce. As you can see on the screen, the market share of e-commerce in Latin America. And we have the monsters there, which were getting ahead. Brazil, Mexico, Argentina, Chile, Colombia, Peru have exponentially grown. And the interesting thing here is in this format in pandemic times is that if we want to give it a name, the e-commerce has been democratized. It has reached all levels in trading, from the smallest to the biggest companies. So they have been able to enter this sales format because though e-commerce had already grown in the region, it had done so because of the retail of the multi-brand stores in the region. But this was not the case for SMEs or small companies. So it has promoted the democratization of companies, and they have been, all of them, been able to grow. The growth from 2021 to 2025 is profiling with Brazil, Mexico, and Colombia as the main players in the region. And it's even so that when we talk about e-commerce, we have to divide this into sectors. The B2B, this volume sales, and B2C, that is sales to final consumers. The latter is a market which has grown. We have sales in retail online Latin America, where we have different possibilities for processed products. They are sold to final consumers or end consumers. So in the region, most of companies, most of organizations don't have products for final consumers, but rather the products don't have value added or some sort of processing. So they lose this value adding level we have at the regional level. In retail sales, in Latin America has grown from 2019 and 2020 quite much, but the players such as Asia, Europe, or United States, they are big players. So we talk about e-commerce with mature markets. And as I said before, they themselves and us in the region, if we want to sell products to them, our products have to be in the market, destination market. So it's just 1 minute, Omar, just to close up. Regarding the regional level, there is a statistic by Mercado Libre, 55% of items delivered were delivered at a 48 hours maximum. So the first mile is, the last mile is important, is paramount, because the end consumer knows the product. They know and they want the product to be delivered as fast as possible. So without any further ado, I want to tell you that we have possibilities to enter interesting markets. Companies can be digital and get on board on this digital format in the region. It's growing exponentially. And so I would like to thank you all for this opportunity and to deliver this presentation to Rick, Rocio, and all Agriterra team. Thank you very much. Thank you, Omar. Now let's give the floor to Gonzalo Manrique. So is it you who is going to share the presentation? Could you please enable me? Gonzalo is going to talk about digitalization and transparency in the agri-financial sector. Well, there is a lot to say, but I will try to be brief. Something that I want to highlight from Omar's presentation, when we were developing a project for agri-markets, I was talking with a partner and a digital company in India with us. I said, what are we going to do? Because the pandemic has impacted on us. And he said, this is the best time because the pandemic is a booster for digitalization worldwide. And it is definitely the case. we have been able to see in financial services and the growth it has had. It has exponential growth and digital services and the technology. When we talk about digital banking, for instance, and the work in the cloud, Gonzalo, could you please show full screen in presentation mode so we can read it better? Not yet. We cannot see it yet. Click on presentation. I had already clicked on it.
Start share again, probably.
So maybe you have to stop it and start sharing again. Not yet. So maybe Rocío, it can be you who can share it.
Yo sí lo veo.
No se ve. Bueno, lo pongo. Sigue, si no.
Bueno,
you can go on all the same. So these adoptions of applications in the different financial divisions, they have had an exponential growth. As I said before, these chatbots, the cloud digital banking and big data, and it's information for customers in this financial system. So regarding cloud information, the automatic learning, the machine learning, robotics, the intelligent assistants, and virtual reality. So we compare 2019 and 2020, the use of digital items, of applications, of APIs, has been growing. So during the pandemic in 2020, all small traders had their apps in their own mobile devices. So this was the main booster. The pandemic was the main booster, right? Let's go to the next one. So is it you who's sharing it? Or is it me?
It's Pierre Andrea sharing.
Yo no lo estoy compartiendo, ya. Ok. Después igual, las cuentas de...
So, mobile money accounts, they have had a fast growth, though they were growing over the last year. At the beginning of the pandemic and during the pandemic, they rocketed. These accounts rocketed. So they grew 38% on active accounts, 67%, and 38% in registered accounts. So the use of digital services was related to the need, because of the need rather than the willingness to use them. They had to do it because of need. Pierre is sharing. Yeah, there we go. So financial solutions that the banking system, according to the report by Feleban, they have developed applications for customers and partners. So they can be used. In Mexico, the applications, there are important applications to work digitally. They haven't been deployed in Central America. We have Salvador and Costa Rica. This is the case. And in South America, Peru, Argentina, the different applications, the formal warehouse, for instance, they don't use chat, but Plin. So in the car wash, you can use these applications to pay. So people are getting used to using these applications for paying. So this was accelerated not only because of pandemic, but because of safety. So the pandemic had as an onset and as a consequence, and a side consequence, some criminal activities as well. Regarding Pacific Alliance fintechs, this is digital banking only. We have the 4 countries which are part of the Pacific Alliance. And the amount of services we have in the different fintechs. And even the regulation is a little bit outdated because fintechs are accelerating. So we have online loans, services, payments and remittances, especially in Central America, finances management, insurance, and crowdfunding. So collecting funds because of by means of these systems. So the customers are not only from urban, but also from rural areas. They are being able to reach rural areas customers. Now, regarding financial inclusions for customers who are looking for this, for inclusion, what do we have to do to develop specific applications with easy use? We have to provide the use and train them, teach them on how to use this. We have different channels to train them, but if they don't know how to use them, the applications will not be able to penetrate the market. I was talking with a cacao producer when we were talking about mobile devices and the importance of their use. There was a big producer and he said to me, what you want is the banks don't want us in their offices because we are rural people. They don't like us in their offices. And this can be interpreted this way somehow, but it's important to work and train and educate on the importance of these services, of these financial services, such as credit access, saving, and what do they need? The microfinancing organization, they have to digitalize their in-company processes, their saving processes as well. So all the processes have to be digitalized. They have to have a core service to be digitalized, and the good use of data of customers, big data, can be used this way as well. So there could be some sort of segregation, but the thing here is that we have to build capacities on staff to build a structure which enables the platform. So this is a challenge. Though there are already efforts, we need to work more on financial institutions. So you have, you are running short of time. So we move to the next slide, please. The biggest use in Peru is the electronic wallet. So they use this wallet for payments and reimbursements and to check the funds in the account. But if we go to agriculture, and to go to the next slide, please. Next slide, please. Let's go to the next one, to microfinancing, rural microfinances. We have to analyze the cash flow and understand the agriculture household economy and the activities and services in agriculture and other sources of income for the agriculture households. Next slide, please. Let's go on. The next one, please. Value chain and the approach is key. So we have to know very well all the chain and all the actors and the supply chain from the preparation on the field to the delivery. Next slide, please. So we have a virtuous cycle in agriculture financing when we get to understand the cash flow and when we get to understand the upgrading we need, all the new things we need. Because of this delay, it's important to understand as well that in this agriculture process, we have to boost the process from the establishment itself. So there are different initiatives in Peru, Colombia, Argentina, and Central America to digitalize the establishment processes. So the ranchos, the fincas, as we call them. So to collect field information, we use mobile devices to collect information and to improve the organization and to add to a better transparency, to have a better online management and a better online reporting. And this is the last part. You are a bit over time. Now let's go to the applications. They are useful to digitalize rural processes.
Next.
Pasamos rápido. Quiero mostrarles lo que ahí hay una experiencia billetera.
I want to share an experience at the level of microfinances. So just to wrap up, there is an experience that I wasn't able to share with you now, but it's in the blockchain with in the market in 2019 and 2020 in the universe of cacao producers. So this is what I wanted to share with you. And as I said, it's been brief the time allotted, but again, thank you. Thank you, Gonzalo. Thank you for your patience as well. There are 2 hands raised, and then we go to the exercise. Milagro, the floor is yours.
Milagro.
Milagro Matos.
Hola, Milagro, tenía levantada la mano.
So would you like to speak, Milagro?
Si no, Antonio Silvestre.
Or Antonio Silvestre.
Ok, gracias. Solo muy puntuales mis 2 preguntas relacionadas a la presentación. Lo referido un poco a la mirada.
2 specific questions from the presentation. This is the point of view from the demand. Usually, entrepreneurs, the producers of the rural area, beyond the limitations that are well known, there is some sort of cultural obstacle. If you could please share how you've tackled those elements when incorporating these technology solutions, and also ask what happens with the regulator, because the biggest obstacles we're seeing in the region is mainly the regulator. Those 2 topics, please. I will propose this. Frick, Tommaso, I think since we don't have enough time, maybe these questions can be entered through the chat, and then we can reply all of the questions and send them to everyone. What do you think? Frick, Tommaso? Great. I apologize, but if not, we won't have time for the next section. And I think maybe in the next section, many of the questions will be answered. And if we have time at the end, we can open a Q&A section. And if not, all the questions we'll have on the chat box, we will put them together and send the replies. Sorry, Antonio. What we will do now, we have 3 rounds with 4 solutions, okay? So we will have a marketing visit. On each round, we will present 4 speakers. Each of those speakers will then be in a breakout room. And you will choose which room you want to go to. You can switch in the middle if you want to, and if you have any problems, you can type it on the chat and we will help you. Now we will open the breakout rooms for the first speakers. So I will just share my screen. The first speakers are Keith, Fernando, Dagoberto, and Ellie. Each of them will have 1 minute for their presentation, just 1 minute. Pierre will now has become a timer. So each of them will have 1 minute for their presentation, and you can decide if you want to go from one to one another. So we will start with Keith. I will share my screen. Thank you very much. If you could go to the next slide. We will talk about our platform, Producers Market, when we are innovating. So producers can get bulk buyers on a national and global level in a style that is more focused on the stories from the producers. We will also share about our app Storybird, when we can give digital traceability in blockchain for producers and work with the groups that buy and the brands of global supermarkets, where they're working with us to share their stories from producers to the end consumer. Thank you very much, and you can join my breakout room. Perfect. Let's go to the next one. Fernando?
AgriNaps, no,
Si quieres puedes dejar la primera lámina nada más.
You just leave the first slide, it's okay. Good morning, everyone. I will try to quickly tell us our short story. We got a call from the Caribbean to connect the agriculturists with the services that were affected during the pandemic. And we created a work that created this app. It's available for Google, on Google Play and for iOS. And it has technical information and control of plagues for the main crops to ensure food safety in the Caribbean. We give the possibility of talking with other producers to find solutions. And also it has an emergency telephone number to solve any problems they might have. Perfect. Next. We have Copecan, Dagoberto.
Hola, buenos días.
Good morning.
Dagoberto?
Dagoberto? Yes, good morning. Good morning, I'm Dagoberto Fernandez from Copecan. Copecan Peru is a cooperative formed by different producers from the Andean area of Peru. These are from the most vulnerable areas where we don't have internet or adequate conditions to develop, to have an appropriate development. But the producers are entrepreneurs, and the cooperative understood that they couldn't just sit by after COVID. So what it was programmed for maybe doing in 5 or 6 years, they had to move it forward. In 2020, we decided we needed to enter digitalization. I will talk about this then later on. Coopercan now has a blockchain project that shows the traceability of its products. Thank you. Perfect. The last presentation
Al grano.
is from Al grano, from Eli.
Compartes. Aquí tengo ya el grano. Eli?
Sí, hola, buenos días. Podemos ir al
Good
segundo.
morning. We can go to the next slide. My name is Eli. I'm from Al grano. We are a platform that connects coffee producers with coffee roasters. That's what we do with 100% transparency in price. Many active producers on the platform that purchase coffee from the platform directly from the producers. In this platform, we also have a CRM tool for producers. And what we're doing is to sustain the development of long-term relationships so that the roasters will buy once again coffee from the producers, and we see that these relationships grow. On the next slide, it's just the first image of how the platform looks with the transparency of the price, and then adding all the costs, and the roaster can see how much it is at the end.
Bueno, si quieren saber más sobre cómo
If you want to know more on how we do the logistics and how the platform works, will be in our breakout room.
Perfecto.
Perfect. Okay, how will we work?
Como decíamos, tenemos
As we said, we have 4 breakout rooms. Pierre will now share the 4 rooms. You will select the one you want and join it. If you have any problems at all, we will help you. Okay? Thank you, Pierre.
Entonces, en la primera tienen.
On the first room, in the first room, you will have Keith from Producers Market. In breakout room 2, Fernando Barrera with AgriX. Breakout room 3, Coopercan with Dagoberto. And in breakout room 4, Al grano with Eli. On the menu on the bottom of your screen, you will see a button that says breakout rooms. Click on that, and you will choose the room you want to join.
All right, opening the room now, Rocio. Shall I do? Shall I go?
Yes.
Let's open. Off you go. 14 minutes.
Okay. Y aquí ya pueden seleccionar la habitación a la que quieren.
You can select the room you want to go to. You have to go to the bottom of your screen, and then you will choose and click on the button that says join or enter. Has anyone had a problem? I see we are all experts after COVID. Some people still haven't joined. Does anyone has a problem? Yes, I'm having problems joining the 4th one. Emily.
Ya.
Yo también tengo problemas, por favor.
I'm also having problems. If you could put me in room 1, I'm Roberto. I'm Cesar, and I cannot join room 1. And Roberto also
Dan.
room 1.
Dan Roberto. Alfredo.
Alfredo Rengifo, want to go to room 2, please?
Doing it.
Cesar to room 1. I'm Henry Baltasar for room 4.
Otoniel, room 2. You can also write in the chat, Marvin. Okay, thank you.
Marvin, yes, if you could type it on the chat, it's easier to read your names.
So is there anyone, Henry, so did you understand those who speak English? You can write on the chat which room you want to move to.
It's okay, Lucia. I can if you want to join room 4, I'll end the group here.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you. And we've got Agostina and Laura helping me with Spanish, so I'm in good company. So for everybody that is still left into plenary here with me, if you would like to join any breakout and you're not able, let us put a message in the chat with the room you want to be placed in, and I'll move you. I see we still have a few folks here in the plenary, so if you have any preference, please type it into the chat and I'll be happy to move you around. You can also stay here with me. It's not going to be very interesting here. I'll be just sitting and waiting in a way for everybody to be back. They will be back in 10 minutes. So again, let me know in the chat box if you would like to join any of the 4 rooms that you see on the screen now. Otherwise, sit back and relax, and everybody will be back in the next 10 minutes.
Pierre, just so you know, you're sharing your screen right now. Okay, just checking.
All right, so we got Jose, room 4. All right, sorry, I'm moving you folks, the one I can still see, Gregory. Franklin, room 1. Okay, I see. Laura, room 2. I don't see you anymore. Jose, room 4. Okay. Wendy, room 2. I see Mauricio, room 2. Lucy. I think I've located most of you, the one that have put a chat. I don't see if some of you still want to be moved, please let me know in the chat. I've allocated all the ones that have requested to do so. If you're still here and you haven't been moved, or you were not able to move, please let me know again. In the meantime, I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a second. Again, please let me know, folks, if you want to move somewhere in any of the rooms. If you're coming from a different room and want to go and visit another one, please again let me know. Otherwise, I assume you're all happy to stay here with me. 2 more minutes before we close this round of breakout and we get ready for the next one. So if you have just joined us, participants are into breakout groups and we'll close the first round in 20 seconds. Welcome back. Breakouts are always very short and time flies. Just waiting for everybody to be back in and waiting also for Rocio. I can see Rocio. Back to you, Rocio.
You'll be Thank you.
Yeah.
So how was the experience? Was a lot of stress? ¿Había mucho estrés en esta experiencia o no? Vamos a ver la siguiente.
Too much stress? Let's go to the next round. Let's go to the second round. There are 4 service providers, solution providers, César Vega, Ticatani Market, Armut Van Kasteren, for IPRAD, José Cáceres, Arves, IFA, and Santiago Vélez Agrina Psíquica. César, are you ready? The floor is yours. So how are you doing today? Good morning, everyone. Ticatani Market is a platform which has developed different digital channels for small producers, small-scale producers that have prepared a video. Could you please show it? Families want to have a better nutrition because they are increasingly more aware of the risks of a bad nutrition. On the other hand, there are producers who want to have more sales channels. There are traders who want to have more exposure. So there are customers looking for freshness, sugar-free, gluten-free, lactose-free, healthy products, organic products, and on the other hand, producers and traders who want to have more visibility and more exposure. So in all, a development platform, and this is the platform. Ticatani Market promotes a healthy life, developing the local market. We've been 7 years in the market, more than 700 Peruvian brands and 5,000 products. So having a healthy life, supporting the local market, promoting formal work is possible. Thank you.
Muchas gracias, César.
Thank you, César.
Pasamos al siguiente.
Let's go to the next one.
Perdón.
Sorry for the video.
Almut.
Let's go to the next speaker, Almut? Good morning. We offer the ERP for supply chain for any company which is working with different producers. It can be agriculture traders, food producers, or agriculture cooperatives. It is an affordable and ready-to-use platform, and it can be integrated to different bandwidth, and it is optimized for areas with low bandwidth. The eProd platform provides a lot of information for not only for customers, but other stakeholders who are interested in this information. There are many modules for management of producers, quality and traceability, collection and payment, credit and reimbursement service, extension service for agriculture people, inventory management, follow-up and evaluation, and many other modules. And I'm going to share this with you later on. Thank you, Almut. Let's go to José Cáceres. Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to present Harvest platform that we are recently launching, and it boosts trading relation between producers and consumers. Harvest promotes the importance of organization, or producer can have corporate purchases by companies or institutions, supermarkets, hotels, and so on. And they promote also school feeding and school products as well. So the idea here is, with this organization at the core and a mobile phone, they can access to trade relationships which offer stability and trust. So if you want to know more about the platform, you can access the session on the topic. Thank you, Jose. And now Santiago with AGRIdigitalización. Thank you. So is there anyone who doesn't value knowledge? Well, it's extremely important to share knowledge to build capacities in the agriculture sector. So we can share the knowledge, all of us, students, agronomists, extensionists, but how can we make it funny and versatile? Agridigitalización is a social network which allows small-scale producers to exchange knowledge, to get technical assistance, and it enables students to share their thesis, or teachers to give classes related to agriculture. It also allows for consumers and producers to get in contact and promote their products. It's a tool for digital in a digital platform, and it derives the best from YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Lively. So it makes the best of them and creates capabilities in knowledge exchange among producers. So knowledge is paramount to have productive changes, and Agridigitalización as a platform by EICA in 34 countries can benefit from all this huge amount of knowledge the producers have, and all of us have as well. Thank you very much, Santiago. So again, let's refresh the speakers in the round. Cesar from Ticatani Market, this is room 1. Almut eProd in room 2. José Cáceres in Harvest in room 3. And Santiago Vélez in Agridigitalización in room 4. So as you have in the menu, the breakout rooms, you can click there, you can choose the room you would like to be derived into. Any issue, this is ways to write in the chat box which room you prefer. So let's launch the breakout rooms.
Opening the rooms now. Have fun.
Roberto, a la habitación 2, por favor, ¿me puede mandar?
Sí,
Roberto, he wants to go to room 2. So could you please write this in the chat box? Because that makes things easier. And I'm going to room 4.
Santiago, yeah, okay.
Eso quiero.
Ay, no puedo. Que va súper rápido, pero no consigo entrar. Se me va moviendo la habitación. A ver.
I cannot get into the room. Jorge Quiroga, to room 4, please.
Miguel, room 4. I'm moving you up, folks. Give me a second. Takes a bit. Okay, who else needs to be moved? Luis. ¿Qué habitación? Luis Sánchez. 4, all right. 4.
It's 4. Yes, that's right.
All right, off you go. Henry, 2. Ingrid. Alfredo por 4. Jorge Quiroga por 4. Ingrid, room 2. I see you, thank you. Off you go. All right, who else? Antonin Flores, habitación 2, off you go. CJ, 1, off you go. Okay, I can still see some people here. Please write me again if you want to be moved. Carlos, off you go. Otoniel. Off you go. Luis, 4. Lucy, sorry. 4. Jennifer, room 1, all right. Yeah. Giovanni, room 2. See a few folks here, about 30. So if you want to be moved, please let me know. If you're still here with me and you want to be moved into a breakout, please let me know which one you would like to join. Tiketani Market in room 1, eProd room 2, Harvest room 3, and Agrinapsis room 4. Wendy, yeah. Moving it to group 4. you're here with me and you want to be moved, please let me know in the chat. There are still about 9 minutes in the breakout, so Alfredo Soto, yeah, 3, off you go. CJ, I see you're back. Let me know if you would like to visit another room. Yeah, move to room 2. All right. Agostina, Laura, do I understand the video was very fast? Yeah, good job. Thanks.
Yeah, we followed it. Don't worry.
Thanks. When I saw it the first time, I said, oh, wow. Poor them.
But the good thing is that we saw it before, so
yeah.
we were already familiar with it.
Yeah.
You see?
Good. Yeah, we'll have another one later, but it's much shorter. It's only 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm. The one on the
demo.
The dashboard demo.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, let's see, because we're running a bit behind. Well, way behind. So yeah. But yeah.
It's a thing. It's an issue.
Welcome back, everybody. Everybody will be back in the next 12 seconds. Yes, time into breakout has a different dimension. It goes by much faster.
Yes, it's amazing.
It's different.
Time flew.
It's different. Rocío.
Mis disculpas para los que se quedaron. Me salí un poquito antes de tiempo. Pero bueno, bienvenidos.
I apologize to those who stayed, but you are welcome to come and get to know us. Write to my email address. It was a pleasure. Time goes very, very fast, and the truth is, I think in all the breakout rooms, people still had questions. They wanted to learn more. So I'll invite you to post your questions on the chat box, and we'll send them to the speakers and resend all of you their replies. We are already behind with time. We will do 2 very quick things. We will do first a short reflection, but this reflection...
Sorry, Rocío. I think for sake of time, let's move on to Cristina.
Okay.
On the Digital Agri Hub, I'm going to share the screen for her. If you can introduce her, please.
Bueno, entonces, Cristina va a hacer
Okay, so Cristina will run a demo of the hub, of the Digital Agri Hub with the D4AJ solutions. Cristina? Hi, thank you very much. Welcome, everyone. Thank you very much for being with us today. I'm Cristina. I'm part of the team of Baham University for Digital Agri Hub. I would like to invite you to visit, after the presentation, to visit our website, digitalagrihub.org. You can find the link on the chat box. And the main website has information about the initiative, about who we are, an event schedule like the event we had today. And I recommend you read the blog, but that has a lot of very interesting information about gender inclusion, financing, digital transformation in agriculture, and many more things. The website is being constantly developed, and don't worry if there's still a lot only in English, that will be also translated. Are you sharing your screen? No, Pierre is. Pierre will then show us a video. If you have any questions or comments, recommendations on how to change the website, don't hesitate to contact us. We want to make this a nice experience for all. Now we will show you a video. A little demo we did. Now you can show it, Pierre.
Buenos días a todos los presentes.
Good morning, everyone.
Les voy a dar una
Today,
demostración de
I
nuestra
will
plataforma.
have a demonstration of our platform.
Tiene como
This
objetivo mostrarles esta
presentation
herramienta de trabajo
aims
y
to
darles a
show you
conocer
this
cómo
working
encontrar
tool
soluciones digitales
and
a
tell you
través de
how
nuestro
to find
tablero o
digital
dashboard.
solutions through our dashboard.
El primer paso es
The first
simplemente
step
acceder a la página principal
is to
mediante la
access the
liga
main website
digitalagrihub.org.
with
En la página
digitalagrihub.org.
principal podemos acceder directamente
On the
al tablero
main website,
dando
we
clic
can
en el
access
botón
the
verde
dashboard
que dice
directly
Ver
by
tablero.
clicking on the green button that
A
says
través de
See
este
Dashboard.
tablero, Digital Agri Hub
Through this
publica
dashboard,
datos sobre
Digital Agri
iniciativas
Hub
digitales para la
publishes
agricultura en
data
todo el
on
mundo,
digital initiatives
revelando
for
información sobre
agriculture all around
proveedores
the
y
world,
sus soluciones
with
digitales.
information from
Muestra
providers and
el
digital
desarrollo a lo largo del
solutions.
tiempo, la
It shows the
geografía,
development
la base de
through
usuarios
time,
y proporciona
the
características de
base
aplicación
for
y tecnología.
users,
El dashboard
and the
nos da acceso a
characteristics
un
for
repositorio de
information and
datos sobre la
technology. The
digitalización
dashboard
en la agricultura.
gives us access to the data
Este conjunto de datos
repository
ahora se
on
amplía
agriculture.
gradualmente
All
para
this
proporcionar
information
una cobertura
is
global equilibrada a
getting
través de la
bigger
recopilación
every
y
day
las asociaciones entre
through
datos.
compiling and
En este
associating
momento,
data.
el dashboard contiene 456 soluciones. Se puede buscar en la base de datos aplicando
We can
uno
look
o
in
más
the
filtros,
database
como el tipo de
applying one or
tecnología que
more
se está
filters,
buscando,
like the type
como
of
Big Data,
technology, like
inteligencia
big
artificial,
data,
drones,
artificial intelligence,
sistema de información
drones,
geográfica o GIS, por sus siglas en inglés, y
GIS,
muchas más.
and many
Además,
more.
se puede elegir
Also,
un use case
we can
que implica
choose
financiamiento, cadena de suministro,
from
smart
this
farming,
menu,
entre
financing,
otros.
supply chain, smart
Los
farming, and
filtros son
others.
opcionales y
The
solo se pueden
filters
usar
are
uno,
optional,
dos o
and
ninguno.
we can use
Otra
one,
opción
two, or
será
none.
buscar por país.
Another option is to
Para
look by
esto,
country.
simplemente
For
va al
this, we
mapa
just
y cuando
go on
pones
the
el
map,
cursor sobre el país,
and when
aparece una
you
burbuja con el número de
put your
iniciativa.
mouse on the country,
Al
you would
darle
have the
clic al
name of the
país,
initiative.
automáticamente se
By
despliega la
clicking on the
información
country,
de
you will
todas las soluciones en la
automatically
parte de
see the
abajo.
information from all
Esta
the
lista de
solutions
resultados
on that
muestra los
country.
detalles de las
This list
iniciativas
of results
seleccionadas,
shows the
así
details of
como
the
las
initiatives
estadísticas
selected
e infografías de las
and the
mismas al fondo de la página.
statistics at the
Las
bottom of the
estadísticas
page.
muestran la
The
cantidad de iniciativas
statistics
lanzadas
show
en
the
cada año,
number of
así
initiatives
como el número de
launched
iniciativas usando
and
tecnologías
also the
específicas
number of
y
initiatives
también
using
el tipo de organización,
specific
ya sea ONG o gubernamental,
technology and the type of
y la
an
cantidad de use cases.
organization, whether it's an NGO or
Si
governmental
encontró una solución que le interese,
organizations.
dé clic al botón
If you
que
find a
dice There's
solution
More.
that interests you,
Aquí podrá
click
encontrar
on
una breve descripción de la solución digital.
Learn More. And here you will see a
El link
longer
directo a la
explanation
página
of
web,
the digital solution.
así
Also,
como
the
información
link
acerca de la
that goes
tecnología
directly to
utilizada,
their website and
un
information
mapa,
on the technology that's
información de
being used.
financiamiento, idioma,
Map,
corporativo,
financing
entre otros.
information, language,
Esperamos que esta pequeña demostración
type of
haya sido de utilidad para
corporation,
sus futuras
etc. We
búsquedas
hope
en
this
AgriHub.
short demonstration
Cualquier
is
duda o
useful for your
comentario,
next
no duden en ponerse en
searches.
contacto con
If you
nosotros.
have any
Gracias
questions,
por
do
su
not
atención y
hesitate
que
to
tengan un buen día.
contact us. Thank you for your attention and have a good day. Something else? Daniela, were you saying something?
Let's move on, Rocio, I suggest.
Can you stop sharing? We had some surveys that we prepared, but time is now, it's now too late, so we go straight to Tommaso so he can speak. I don't know, Tommaso, if you want to close. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
This event, I was personally impressed because a lot is already going on, and I think we have to connect the dots. We have to put things together, connect all the good things that you have been doing and that you showcased, and probably there is much more. So what's next for Digital Agri Hub? We would like to put even more information in the dashboard, in the database, which is behind the dashboard, with new solutions. Can you help with that? Can you tell us if you have other solutions to suggest? Another thing that we would like to do is to promote what we call matchmaking between solution providers, investors, but also between providers and farmers organizations, which are so important today. And also whatever kind of initiatives you would like to suggest that you think are important. So that's really my final words. And Pierre, Rocio, I think maybe we have a little time to just ask feedback, if I'm correct, through a pool or chat wave or whatever you think is more important. But thank you very much.
Hemos puesto 3 preguntas. O sea, perdón, 2.
You have 2 questions down on the poll. The first one is, would you be interested in matchmaking events between providers of digital solutions, investors, and farmer organizations? And the second question is, what would you be interested in specifically? The first one is investment opportunities for my digital solutions, good digital solutions where I can invest in, good solutions for the farmers in my organization, farmers organizations who can be a customer for my solutions, other matchmaking opportunities. And you can specify that on the chat box if you want. We'll give you just a few minutes. 62 people, 70 people have already voted. We have 1 more minute, just that. We have almost 80 people that voted. Okay. We've seen a lot of interest. We'll give just 1 more minute. $95. Pierre, do you want to share the results? Almost 100 people have voted. Okay, I think everyone is very interested. And we have a wide variety in the interests. So I think we have a lot of work here to keep working on, a lot of things to keep working on. It's been a pleasure to be with you today.
Maybe a last thing, we have an evaluation questionnaire.
Sí, exactamente.
You can put in the chat that one, because it will be also the opportunity to tell us more about how you felt about today, etc.
Exactamente. Pierre ha puesto en el chat la evaluación.
Yes, and Pierre has shared the chat both in English and in Spanish. Those who are listening in English, you can do the evaluation in English. And it's also in Spanish. All feedback you can provide is very helpful.
No sé si en estos minutos, mientras que estamos, alguien quiere hacer algún comentario, alguien tiene una pregunta que no se quiere ir sin hacerla.
I don't know if anyone has a question in this minute we have left. I have a question. Can we have all the email addresses? Yes, they have asked that, so we'll see if there are no problems sharing that information, and we will try to share all the presentations and the contact information from the speakers. And those who participated as participants, we will confirm if they want to share the information, and we will do that. And also, do you have an email address? Because they have an interesting solution for agriculture. I would like to share it with everyone. I don't know how that would work. You can contact us, Pierre, Frick, Tomaso, I don't know. I don't know which email you're. And we will put you in contact.
May I reply to this question? Is the translator still around? Yes. There is a discussion list in English, and there are more than 1,000 people on the discussion list. So I will share in the chat the link and you can register. But unfortunately, there is only an English-speaking discussion list for the time being.
It's all right. Yeah, for me, that will be okay. So
Okay.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to share the link. Just a few seconds, please. Yes, I just shared the link to the discussion list.
All right, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
¿Alguna otra pregunta?
Any other question?
The first step would always be also to make a profile on Digital Agri Hub, so the solution will be available for everybody.
Entonces, ¿y cómo se hace el perfil? ¿Se manda a quién?
And how do we create a profile? Who do you send it to? Christina. And Christina's email is on the chat box right now, okay? I will resend it now. Here says Christina email. You can send them, you can send her the content on your profile.
Can I take the opportunity to thank Rocio, to thank Pierre, to thank the translators, everybody, and all of you, of course. Muchas gracias, de verdad.
En cualquier caso, siempre
in any case, you can always contact us, and we will send a summary of all the presentations, right, Pierre, to all the participants. On my end, thank you, Rocio, Tomaso, thank you, everyone, the collaborators, the speakers, to all of you who have supported us. Thank you very much. We'll stay in touch. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, bye-bye.
Goodbye, everyone. Thank you.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Muchas gracias por todo.
Gracias.
Thank you, Agustina and Laura. I've stopped the interpretation now. Thank you very much.
Thank you. See you soon.
Thank you, Agustina. Thanks, Laura. Good to see you again. Thanks a lot.
Thank you guys. Take care.
Have a good day there.
Bye-bye.
Have a nice day. Bye.
Thank you, Veronica.
Bye. Veronica.
Bye.
Ciao.